On Wednesday, 22nd May 2019, some residents of Krobo took to the street to draw attention to the insensitivity that was being displayed by officials of the PDS, now referred to as ECG. Police personnel who were detailed to restrain the people were later accused of firing live bullets at the people, who were a mix of demonstrators, bystanders, and innocent citizens. Resultant death and injury. After the shooting incident, one person lost his life and several others sustained life-threatening injuries. They include 23-year-old Thomas Nate Pate, who was hit by a bullet in the chest region. He died instantly. Autopsy report later confirmed that he died of hemorrhagic shock, severe chest injury, and gunshot at close range. He has since been buried. 18-year-old Ruth Mankata, who got caught up in the incident, was hit by a bullet in the knee and maimed. Her right leg was subsequently amputated. 41-year-old Felix Tete Kote was also hit by a bullet and was seriously wounded in the right thigh. 1 year after the shooting and after a marathon of surgeries at the St. Joseph's Hospital in Koforidua, he is still incapacitated, nursing the gunshot wound. 43-year-old Frank Konote sustained gunshot wound in the left ankle and has been limping ever since. According to him, he was treated at the St. Martin's Hospital, Agomanya. 36-year-old Esther Otukwo Ajauto, who was also caught up in the shooting, missed death by a hair's breadth. Her left arm was scraped by a bullet. According to her, she was rushed to and treated at the St. Martin's Hospital, Agomanya. 1 year down the line, the identity of the people who fired the shots remains a mystery, and the issue appears to have been swept under the carpet. The family of the deceased and the surviving victims are blaming the police for misapplying force and firing indiscriminately, resulting in the killing of Thomas Pate and the injury of several others, including persons who were merely caught up in the incident. A police report dated 10th July 2019, which was made available to one of the families, absolved personnel of the service of wrongdoing and the allegations being leveled against them by the families. It indicated that the personnel only fired warning shots in response to the guns that were fired from among the people. Who fired the shots? Random questions on the minds of many. The police is mandated to investigate occurrences such as this shooting incident, arrest and prosecute persons found culpable. What is the outcome of the police investigation 1 year after the incident? The family of the deceased petitioned the IGP on 2 occasions. The first letter dated 24th June 2019 and the second dated 12th September 2019. According to a spokesperson of the families, the police service has not even acknowledged receipt of the letters. Why would the service ignore such petitions? 27 of the demonstrators were rounded up, according to the police sources. On the day, some were paraded and made to lie on the bare floor at the forecourt of the municipal assembly and were later put in police custody. They were subsequently granted bail. What was their crime and what became of the prosecution of those found culpable? A police report cited indicated that there were about 1,000 irate youth armed with stones, clubs, cutlasses, knives, bottles, and guns. How many of those in possession of these weapons were rounded up? Of those arrested who were displayed at the forecourt of the municipal assembly, which should be a sizable sample of the larger group of demonstrators, how many were in possession of any of the weapons listed in the police report? According to the autopsy from the police hospital, Thomas Pate's death was caused by 3 things described by the pathologist as unnatural And these were hemorrhagic shock, severe chest injury, and gunshot at close range. Have we identified the type of gun from which the bullet emanated and persons suspected to be wielding those guns? What occasioned the speedy transfer of the then commander of the Odumase District Police Command, hot on the heels of the incident? According to the Energy Minister, a committee was supposed to be set up to unravel the circumstances that led to the communal revolt and resultant shooting, injuries, and death.
For somebody to come and say that these occurrences is as a result of indiscipline, this government will not accept that. I support the people of Kroboland for demanding their right. I support you 100% because I will not tolerate such a nonsense. I have seen it, the bill is not working and you're giving me money to pay. I have every right to query the authorities that are responsible. I want to assure the family that we're going to investigate this to the last.
Was this committee really set up? What were the findings and recommendations? The Municipal Assembly supported the burial of the deceased, Thomas Partey. The Assembly, on the directive of the Regional Minister, also absorbed the medical bills of some of the victims, at least Ruth Mankata, who was amputated, and Felix Tetekote, who was shot in the thigh, resulting in his incapacitation till date. What could have compelled the Assembly to take such steps? Was that purely an act of philanthropy? What is the fate of the surviving victims of the incident, especially the 18-year-old girl who was amputated and the 41-year-old breadwinner whose condition has since confined him to his home? In August last year, when the two police officers were shot and killed at Kaswa, it took days for the key suspects who was on the run to be arrested. By Saturday, 31st August, news about the arrest of the key suspect was all over the place. While he was on the run, the acting IGP, according to news report, placed a 10,000 Ghana cedi bounty on his head, meant to incentivize anybody who was in the position to volunteer information that could lead to his arrest. The reaction of the citizenry about the callous shooting and killing of the cops, as should be expected, was spontaneous. The outpouring of sympathy was mind-blowing. The whole police intelligence system was activated and it yielded result in a matter of days. The Odumase shooting incident is a year old. Families of the deceased and victims who are reeling under the weight of the calamity are accusing the police of being behind the shooting. They said it was even the police who conveyed the deceased to the morgue because the whole event unfolded before the naked eyes of the police officers. Eyewitnesses are saying the shots were fired by the police. The police, per the report cited, are saying they only fired warning shots. So who fired the shots that killed Thomas and those that injured the other victims? And why haven't the suspects been identified, arrested, and prosecuted till date? Why haven't the affected families been updated on progress made with investigations? The question still remains: who fired the shots?